Welcome to our channel. In this video, we'll introduce you to Tomo-chan Is A Girl, a romantic comedy anime that was released in 2023. This is the 4th episode, and we're back with a review of it. The episode begins with Misuzu walking to school when Tanabe approaches to greet her. He's excited to be acknowledged by her, despite the fact Misuzu barely seems to recognize him. He later expresses his interest in seeing her smile to Jun, who reveals that she's actually smiling all the time despite her cold exterior. Tomo can't help but wonder if Jun thinks Misuzu is smiling more because she still has feelings for him. When Tomo asks Misuzu if she's smiling so much because she still likes Jun, Misuzu replies that she absolutely does not. She does, however, understand how it might look that way to other people, as Jun has a tendency to look often distracted when making conversation. While watching several other girls mess around with one another, Tomo wonders what it would be like to be playful with her own girlfriends. Misuzu is surprised she feels that way, as Tomo seems comfortable around other females. Tomo says things usually begin to go sideways once she tries to get physical, like when she playfully places her arm around another girl's shoulders. Considering she and Misuzu have been friends since birth, Tomo wonders if they are close enough to try things like hugging. She asks if they can try one time, but Misuzu refuses. Later, Carol approaches Tomo, offering to hug her instead. They embrace, and Tomo is surprised by how girly Carol feels, suddenly making her feel insecure. Tomo attempts to hug several other friends to see if it feels the same. Meanwhile, after their first embrace, Carol begins hugging Tomo every time they see one another. Tomo attempts to say hi to Misuzu in the morning, only to be met with a short, irritated response, causing her to believe Misuzu is upset with her. She explains to Carol that Misuzu started acting differently after she expressed a desire to be more physically affectionate with her female friends, which makes Carol believe this is her fault. Carol apologizes to Misuzu, but Misuzu reveals it isn't her fault. After realizing she's being childish, Misuzu goes to apologize to Tomo for acting coldly and says she wouldn't mind being more physical with her as well. She then wonders why Tomo has never tried hugging Jun when Jun always seems to be all over her anyway. However, when Tomo tries to hug Jun, he pushes her off and tells her that while it's fine when he does it, he doesn't think it's right for Tomo to approach him like that, causing Tomo to lash out physically in response. Tomo is surprised to find Jun in her room after waking her up at her father's request. They sit down for breakfast with Tomo's mother, Akemi, who angrily explains that Tomo's father, Goru, seems to do literally everything in the dojo these days. While at first, it seems like a bad thing, we then see that Goru still finds himself incredibly flustered in the presence of Akemi, which Tomo calls lame. Later, Jun asks Tomo if she really thinks her father's reaction is lame. While she does find it cheesy, she respects how her father has always been by her mother's side whenever he needed her. After agreeing to eat lunch together, Misuzu and Carol encourage her to have lunch with Jun instead. Meanwhile, Carol asks Misuzu for advice regarding Misaki as he shows up to eat with them. Misaki immediately thanks Misuzu for befriending Carol, as she is important to him in a sisterly way, which seems to contradict how Carol feels about him. Carol asks Misuzu what she should do about Misaki and is advised to try taking things more seriously. Mifune and Agawa approach Tomo for advice regarding a jerk Agawa met at a mixer. Tomo offers to take care of it and goes with Agawa to tell the boy that she's not interested in him. When he's rude to them, Tomo kicks the guy in the chest, knocking him out. Mifune and Agawa worry he may try to retaliate, but Tomo assures them she will have their back even if he tries. Later that evening, Jun overhears the same jerk talking with his friends about beating up Tomo. He immediately knocks the guy out before challenging his friends as well. As Tomo leaves school, the jerk and his friends show up to apologize to her, unaware that Jun forced them into it. This was another adorable episode that continued to flesh out these characters, making them more likable every week. If you liked this video and want to see the next part, please subscribe to this channel because I'll be posting many more just like this. I'll see you on the next one.